another time comes a man of great power.
You talk funny, Nash. Where are you from?
Lots of different places. A warrior of incredible strength.
You've the devil in you.
We've been kinsmen 20 years.
Connor MacLeod was my kinsman. I don't know who you are.
Because you were born different, men will fear you, try to drive you
There
away.
can be only one. May it be Duncan MacLeod, the Highlander. Connor MacLeod, the Highlander. Duncan's the other one. So there isn't just one, but there we go. Highlander, 4K, Steelbook. The Russell Mulcahy, Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery, 1986 classic film. Let's talk about it. Let's get this one open. Okay, yeah, so I'm showing you this. It arrived today. I'd forgot to cancel it. Yes, I'd forgot to cancel this. I had it on pre-order with Zavvi. It's arrived today. But I also have on pre-order the deluxe edition, the edition with all the bumps in it. This came through. So why not send it back? Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it. So I have 2 copies. There we go. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take a look at it. Highlander, one of my favourite films from the 80s. I've got a lot of love for this film. I've got a lot of love for the franchise. Even though, obviously, after this film, there was a huge decline in quality of films. Highlander 2 is a film that I can revisit at times, even though it is a poor film and an awful sequel. There's a certain interest, a certain intrigue to it that envelops me when I watch it, especially considering that they went back and filmed other bits for it later on, and they've tried other cuts of it and all this sort of stuff. It's like a film that never dies, and I've got intrigue in all that side of it. Highlander 3, less visited, you know, just a sort of standard Highlander film. Highlander Endgame, which to me was the culmination of the Highlander TV series, which I adored. I adored the Highlander TV series with Duncan MacLeod. Obviously it's Connor MacLeod. I loved it. It's set in its own sort of little universe, in that the events at the end of this film never occurred, and it sort of runs off from this, so to speak. So kind of like an alternate branch off reality. And then we had Highlander Source, but the less said about that one, the better. It's my least visited Highlander film, although I did have it on, and I've still got it, Russian DVD about a year before it came out in this country or in America, because it was released on DVD in Russia, was then withheld further edits, and then finally came out and got a release. And yes, I've still got that Russian version somewhere. Topua, I think it was called, Topua, and it's in a jewel case. Anyway, so Highlander. Why do I love this film? I love this film. It's the concept overall that I love, that I buy into, the sort of the romanticism of it, the someone living through the ages who finds love throughout the ages, but he has to watch the love of his life grow old and die. That sort of there's a certain romantic poetry to the whole idea of someone living through the ages. I mean, even the intrigue of the amount of knowledge and experience that you can get from all these years of life, but then at the end you're actually fighting to die. You're fighting to die. Even though they get killed along the way with their heads being decapitated, you're actually fighting for this final prize. And the final prize is to lose this immortality. Yes, I know there's all the stuff about the knowledge and all that, but it's to essentially to lose this immortality and live out the rest of your days as a normal human being and die an old person. That's what they're fighting for. And it's there's so much romanticism to this whole concept, this whole, you know, and it's a tragic tale as well. The background story it's a tragic story. You know, it would be tragic if you were in those circumstances. And I love this film for all those themes that it plays with, in that kind of of respect. It does touch me, it reaches me, and what I like in storytelling. And you know, there's the classic good versus evil in it as well. It's just a fantastic film. And what can I say about the soundtrack from Queen? You know, that goes without saying. Some fantastic songs in here, fantastic soundtrack. Sean Connery is brilliant. Christopher Lambert is brilliant. Clancy Brown as the Kurgan, top notch. Just a wonderful film all round. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this for you, and then I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the 4K transfer on this. But not only that, I'm going to watch some of the special features on it as well and give you my thoughts on those special features, because on this UHD disc here, you have a new, the immortal attraction of Highlander, looking back at 4 decades of Highlander magic. That for me sounds fantastic. Looking back over the 4 decades of Highlander. So the animated film, there was an animated series, I believe. I've never seen the animated series, I've seen the animated film. There was Highlander TV series, Highlander the Raven, the spin-off. So that, brilliant. A Kind of Magic, Music of the Immortals, a featurette on the soundtrack, fantastic. Capturing Immortality, interview with photographer David James. There can only be one Kurgan. Clancy Brown remembers Highlander. Retrospective interview with Clancy Brown, fantastic. Audio commentary with author John Melville, and audio commentary of Russell Mulcahy, audio commentary with Russell Mulcahy, William Panzer and Pete Davis. I'm not going to watch the commentaries now, because that'd be too long. I have to watch the film several times. So I'm going to go away, I'm going to watch the film itself, I'm going to watch some of those special features. I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the 4K transfer. I'm very excited for it because I like these 4K, these older films when they get that 4K treatment. It worked well for The Lost Boys, it worked well for Dog Soldiers. I'm hoping it works well for this. And yeah, no special features. I'll be coming back, I'll be talking to them. So for you, a couple of seconds, for me, a little while. But I'm going to open it up first before we do that. Let's get into it.
There can be only one.
Okay, so here we have the release here. As you can see, Highlander, Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery, filmed by Russell Mulcahy. There can be only one. 15 rated. It's got a J card on it. It's a pocket J card. It's sort of, well, no, it's a J card that wraps around. But I can't feel no glue. Can't feel any glue on it, which is fantastic. And here's the back of the J card. Now, I am going to undo this. And while I do, I'm going to ask you one question. And that is if you've hit that subscribe button yet. And if you haven't, why not? Go and hit the subscribe button. Come join the channel. Maybe leave me a comment. Do reply to all comments eventually, as I can. And yeah, let's have a nice friendly discussion. Now, let's take that J card off. So here's the J card for the film, like so. Like I said, not glued, which is fantastic. Wraps around, brilliant. Put that to one side. So here we have the box. It's a nice sort of, it's got a nice shiny finish to it. Catches the light very well. Very nice gloss. No spot glossing or anything like that. Just a glossy finish. That's nice. Let's have a look at the back. Well, there's the spine there. Studio Canal, Highlander. And the back just there, like so. Now we have Christopher Lambert. There can be only one. Nice. Let's take a look at both of that front and back together. Very nice. So you've got Christopher Lambert, modern day or mid-1980s. Christopher Lambert in the Highlands of Scotland with his big broadsword there with the MacLeod logo across the centre of the sword that he has. Lightning striking there, quickening. Yeah, fantastic. Let's have a look at the inside, shall we? Well, here's the inside of the Steelbook. Again, you know, 2 different types of artwork. The back and the front of the Steelbook on either. The 4K's there, the Blu-ray's there. Let's take the Blu-ray out. And underneath we do have what is the classic poster artwork. adorning the inside, which is really nice again. Art like that. When do you see art like that now in a movie poster? You don't, unfortunately. So there we go. So a really, really nice edition. Beautiful. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It is dent free. It came from Zavvi. No damage to it. And now I'm going to go downstairs, watch it, and give you my thoughts. See you in a minute.
Because you were born different, men will fear you, try to drive you away.
I am Conor MacLeod. And I am immortal.
Down through the centuries, living many secret lives, struggling to reach the time of the gathering, when the few who remain
We had Sean Connery playing Spaniard and Christoph, who's French, Swiss, playing a Scot.
Queen was at the height of their power. How Russell Land.
Okay, so I'm back from watching Highlander. Yes, what can I say? Okay, so first off, the restoration itself. It's the best the film has ever looked. It does look really good. If you're a grain lover, if you ain't a grain lover, you might be a bit disappointed. There is still grain in the film. Fair amount of grain in certain scenes, but there are other scenes that it's not as noticeable in. The colours pop. The colours, you know, especially in a lot of the Highlander scenes, I mean the Scottish scenes and things like that, when you got grass and green, the blues, all very nice. It looks wonderful. It really does, and it's a wonderful film. Sound wise, I can't really say much about sound because I'm just watching it through a standard sort of sound bar, but you know, it sounds good. Special feature wise, yes, so the primary feature on it, which is the immortal attraction of Highlander, looking back at 4 decades of Highlander magic. It's a 56-minute documentary, 56-minute retrospective. Christopher Lambert's there, Clancy Brown's there, Russell Mulcahy's there, other people involved, other actors, the main female stars. Yes, they're all there, and it's a really good documentary. I like retrospective documentaries anyway. I find them more appealing than sort of modern day documentaries to a film that's just been made, because that's more of a puff piece, whereas this is more of a true insight and a reflection on how it was making a film 40 years ago, near on 40 years ago. Yeah, so all very good. However, it is a bit deceiving because I thought that it might have been a documentary that went into a little bit about the sequels, about the history of Highlander afterwards, but it doesn't. It's literally a retrospective on the first Highlander film. Goes into the soundtrack, Queen and all that, and all the other, you know, a lot of interest in the other special features on there as well. All very good. The Clancy Brown is the standout from the documentary. I think personally I liked his input into it, and what he gave to it, and the other documentary as well, him talking about the Kurgan. Fantastic stuff. Christopher Lambert's looking very old, but no, very, very good. As a whole package, I think this is very much worth getting. It's a lovely steelbook, fantastic special features, good transfer. Maybe not as good as what was on the Lost Boys. I think I prefer that transfer to this transfer. It looks a bit sharper, a bit cleaner, a bit crisper. But, you know, I'm nitpicking. It's just a wonderful film, Highlander. A great film to get a 4K transfer. Superb stuff. That's it. This is AJ. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, come join the channel. Let me know your thoughts down below on this, whether you're getting it, whether you've seen the film. If you haven't seen the film, whether it's a film of intrigue to you or not, whether it works, whether it doesn't work. Tell me about what you think about the sequels or the TV series, because obviously sequels get a lot of panning, don't they? Let's have a conversation down below. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care all.
Always be